Welcome back to another day in our 100-day challenge. So glad you're here. Let's see what we can do to wake our body up this morning, especially our lower body, to get ready for the day, to prepare for other physical activities or training, or just to reduce pain. So we'll stand for just a moment to find our basic standing posture, knees slightly bent, arms relaxed, feet hip width, head lifted high. And then let's circle a knee. So let's go into a lunge position, a shallow lunge, 1 foot forward. We can have the hands around the knee if we want, but they're not really propping us up. They're just sort of guiding the knee. We're circling that knee forward, around the side to the back. Breathing as we do it. Even when we don't discuss the breathing, it's assumed we're doing this full waist breathing into the belly and back. About a 10-second breath, switching sides, a few times each direction. Keep the foot anchored on the ground. Don't roll over the ankle, but keep the whole foot and the toes pressed into the ground. So almost like you're using the power of the foot a bit to push the knee through the circle. Now let's, on the ball of our foot, we're going to roll our ankle in a circle. You may roll over the toes in your shoes, or you may just stay on the ball of your foot while we interlace the fingers and circle the wrists. This can be a coordination challenge, so doing just the ankle's fine. But if you feel like you got a good rhythm with the ankle circles, start one way, rotate the wrists, and then after a minute, switch directions. When you change legs, change the interlace of the fingers. We're going to keep the shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed. We're really trying to move a relaxed wrist through its full range. And now let's hike the knee up towards the armpit, waking up the hip flexors. The knees are a little off of center, so they're sort of at a 45-degree angle from our midline. And we're just trying to loosen up that hip joint. And we can straighten the legs, and that adds a little different feeling to it, wakes part of the leg muscles up. We'll shake the body now, so bend the knees to drop the weight, or you can drop the heels and vibrate the body, let it shake for a moment. Do it again. You should feel all the muscles and joints sort of have a little vibration through them. And then we'll widen the feet and start our hip circles. Continue our slow breathing as we're doing this. Change directions. So we can start to cultivate, now that we're getting a little familiar with some of these movements, the idea of easeful movement, that we're not lazy in our movements or limp. Our limbs aren't just totally limp, but we're not using the same sort of tension, mental and physical, that we do in standard exercise. We're trying to be sort of loose and light and free about the movements. Here, using a support stool, chair if we need, to squat down and then fold forward with our hands in this sort of diamond shape. Or if you want to use a lower support or no support, then go to the ground. And we will continue. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Trying to look all the way up when you squat down, lifting the chest and the back, and hang all the way forward, relaxing the neck when you fold forward. Coordinate the breath with this one. It'll make it easier because we were going to do it until the legs are burning a bit. Just doing this alone every day will keep you functional and healthier longer. And let's do a couple circles. Now we've really warmed up the muscles of the legs. We'll be a little more specific with this large circle we trace, a couple times each direction. Switch sides, both directions. Keeping the mind calm and focused while we're doing something challenging. Now we'll go into our lunge position again. We're going to work on bending and extending a few times. This front leg waking up that back hip flexor and muscles of the left leg. Press the back heel down, be firmly anchored through the legs, and then let's straighten the elbows, relax the shoulders while you lift the arms up. So the shoulder blades should feel like they're moving down the back, the biceps turning behind us a bit as we're reaching the arms up. You'll feel an increased stretch in the front of the hip. Press firmly to the feet, and then switch sides. Same setup, a real strong, stable base. You can be narrower or deeper. We don't want the front knee going over the front toes too much. We want the back heel really pressing downwards. Even if it doesn't reach the ground, try to reach through it, so feel like you're pressing down through it. Elbows straighten, arms come up. Let the ribs pull down, so we don't want to overarch the low back to make this happen, but have the abdomen working a little bit. Lift the crown of the head tall. And then we'll add a little extra part to this side. Let's bend the elbows, interlace the fingers behind the head, and we will rotate over the front leg. So rotating the body and then opening the arms again. So we have this full body sort of extension and rotation all at once. And let's go back to the first side and do that rotation we didn't do there. Elbows bend and then turning and reaching the arms out. All right. What else can we do to wake up our body and legs this morning? Let's do double knee rotations. So now we try to keep looking forward 6 or 10 feet in front of the body. Circle the knees around, lowering the hips and raise back up. A few times one way, a few times the other. And then we'll go straight down and up. Try to lower the hips as low as you can, pressing the heels to come back up. Good. Yeah, now let's just stand for a moment. Oh, wait, no, let's, for a couple times, let's, feet 45 degrees out. Let's just hinge forward at the hip, bring the ribs down towards the thigh. So working those lateral folding position a bit, waking up the inside of the legs. Exhaling when you go down. Yeah. Again, it's a challenging movement, but keeping the body kind of loose and active, not overly tensing, overly muscling through it. One more time with hip circles. We should feel a little bit looser now. A couple times each way. You've done great today. Thank you so much for being here. Let's stand for a moment and just recall how you felt first standing at the beginning. Do a little survey of the body and the mind. 10 short minutes, you should feel quite different. Take this into your day, do good, come back and see us tomorrow.